It's 1 minute till showtime.
Good evening, folks, and a hearty welcome to our drive-in theater. We have a wonderful evening's entertainment lined up for you, one that will provide several hours of pleasurable relaxation and diversion for you and your family. Did you fail to dress up for tonight's show? No tie, an old shirt and slacks, a house dress? Well, don't give it a thought. We're glad you came as you are. We just want you to enjoy yourselves. Don't forget to visit our refreshment center during the intermission or any time. You love the tasty array of snacks we have to offer. So will the youngsters. Everything is quality and so good. We hope you'll make this a weekly visit. Bring the family. Bring your friends. There are always wonderful new pictures to see, delightful snacks to nibble, a gay, pleasant evening for all. Oh, a word of caution. Don't drive over 10 miles an hour in the theater area for your safety's sake. And Mom or Pop, go with the kids when they leave the car. We hope you have a wonderful time. And now, on with the show.
Well, hello, everybody. Welcome in. My name is Jim. This is the More Sunshine, Please Tuesday evening live stream. How are you? I'm all right. Coming up on the show, I'm going to eat something. I'm going to drink coffee. We're going to play a game. I've got a top 15 list. But before we do any of that, I like to celebrate the first 3 people that make their way into this chat by giving out phony Olympic medals. So, here we go. There it is. I did not test any of my audio before the show, and we're doing all right. Okay. Let's see. I don't know when you guys arrived. But let's see. Come on, get up there. This song is... Oh, I missed the song. Okay, let's see. Our gold medal. What is going on here? Oh, I see. So Jamie, you're our gold medal winner. 2 a.m. Thanks for being here. I think you've got the medal prediction wrong, but at the time I'm sure it was correct. Yeah, no, you're the gold medal winner there. Our silver goes to Ben of Pepper Tree Villa. Shortly after our gold medal, and then that was at 2:17 a.m., and then at 4:12 a.m., Paul Eichenlaub with our bronze medal today. And right after he put that in there. So YouTube chat, very active for this one. Here's something of note. I usually schedule my live streams on Monday. This week I did it on Sunday. So there was extra time for you guys to jockey for position, and it seems to have made a difference. And I don't know how or why. It just seems that way. Yeah, that's better. That's more like it. That's correct. And that was at 5:45 a.m., so it hasn't changed since then? Okay. All right. Let's see who else is here. Laura's here and not happy about it at 6:30 a.m. Hello, Laura. And Mr. Fulton Mraz, how are you? Keeping you in our prayers. Scrolling. There's Mark Langenkamp. Strategic, but not effective today. But I appreciate that. That's at least you know the winners. Francisco, welcome. That was 6:15. Okay, Kathy Hollister, hello. Timothy Rainwaters, how you doing? T-Town Mary Ellen with the Wednesday live stream at 7 p.m. Eastern. Always great. Always a good, fun time. I urge you to check that out. I'll be there tomorrow. Scrolling. Debbie Thunert, welcome in. Thanks for hanging out with us. We are, I think, now at current live stream time. I think we're there now. There's Donna Jaworski. Season's greetings, Donna. I will be enjoying a treat that Donna sent me a little bit later. At least I hope I'll be enjoying it. Okay. Yes. Everybody's saying hi. There we go. Oh, PTV Eats. I'll take it. Hi, guys. There's the crew of It's Joey's World. How are you? Oh, pooped. Oh, sorry. There it is. I never get tired of the chimes. So you give me an excuse, I'm going to play them. Got a button dedicated to it. There's Michelle the Quilter. Hello. Paul Eichenlau is back. Arjans, greetings to you. Hello. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. There's Dean. Oh, out for a walk. Admirable. All right, are we there? Eric Newman, hello to you. Good to see you. And Ben is back. Unless he was here the entire time, but I doubt it. I'd worry, but I don't think he was here the whole time. Let's see, Paul. Okay, yes. Wow. Lots of activity here. Thanks, everybody. There's the Disney Nerd Herders. Hi, Charlie. How are you? And Chris, hello to you. Hope you're doing well. I trust that you are. I hope that you are. All right, I think I'm caught up. Okay. Where am I now? Oh, might I just say, this is the first show I've had in many, many months where I had to turn on my wall-mounted fan. It's a little warm today. My watch says 77 degrees. It seems warmer than that. I guess it's about right. Well, it must be right. But yeah, I've been wearing hoodies and enjoying the coolness. But today the fan's on, and I wonder if it's here to stay throughout the summer. Maybe. Probably. What am I saying? Hello, Sherry. How are you? And what else? Oh, baseball. Today, I believe, is the last day of exhibition baseball. There's spring training. And then, for example, my Detroit Tigers, they, where are they? I'm not going to play the song. But, they play their spring training baseball in Lakeland, Florida. Their regular season starts in Los Angeles against the Dodgers on Thursday. But before that starts, they're playing 2 games in San Francisco. So they played last night. They lost 6-4. It's an exhibition. And they play tonight again, I believe, at 8 o'clock Eastern time or around there. And then Thursday is the first day of the regular season for most teams. Now, for the Dodgers and the Cubs, they've already started because they played 2 games in Japan. They did that last week, and those counted. Those were regular season games. Also, a goodwill, not tour, but stop in Japan. Celebrating the Japanese players, blah, 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 whatever. But for most of Major League Baseball, Thursday's the day. And again, the Tigers start on the West Coast, and they start with the Dodgers, and then I think they go up to Seattle. And then they come home on April 4th for home opening day, and that is a holiday, a de facto holiday in Detroit, opening day. Used to be at Tiger Stadium. Now it's Comerica Park. But it's still fun. And I'd be lying if I said I didn't think about taking the day off so I could watch it at home. But I probably won't. Here's the deal. That's a Friday, I believe. I think. And I always feel bad about taking Friday off as a teacher because there are only so many substitutes to go around in the school district. And Friday is the most popular day for teachers to take off. And quite often, when there aren't enough subs, other teachers have to cover classes. So I don't love taking Fridays off for that reason. Not that I haven't done it, but it's not my first choice. Mark's going to a Dodgers game versus the Twins July 21st with all your siblings. That's awesome. That's amazing. That's very cool. You know what? I'm just going to let this play. If you don't love this song, if this doesn't make you a Tigers fan, it shouldn't. I just wanted another reason to play a bit of that. But I'll say this, though. When Barry Bonds played for the Giants, he was a prolific home run hitter, and he was hitting balls into the water over the right field wall and stands. I think there are a few stands out there. Is that body of water out there? I don't exactly know what it is. I don't know if that's the ocean or San Francisco Bay. I don't know what it is. But Barry Bonds would hit balls there all the time. And it doesn't happen much anymore. But it happened last night. The Tigers' Riley Green hit one into the drink, except this time there were no people in kayaks there to scramble to get the home run ball. There was nobody there. So during the broadcast, they would cut to the ball, and the announcers even said some of them sink and some of them float. Well, one of their camera operators kept their camera on the baseball floating in the water. And for a while it was floating, and then it got waterlogged, and it slowly sunk, and it was on screen. We could see it as the ball disappeared from view, like Leonardo DiCaprio at the end of Titanic. That's exactly how it was. It was kind of funny. But yeah. Very excited for baseball. All right. Let's move on and drink some coffee.
Great coffee is easy, Mrs. Olson.
Coffee's for closers only.
I set high standards for myself. I set high standards for my coffee.
Picks you up, calms you down. It's the lifeblood that drives the dreams of champions.
Still rocking the More Sunshine Please mug. Coffee tastes 38% better in it. And still drinking Tim Hortons coffee. Now, we have a number of open bags of coffee. It just so happens Tuesday seems to be Tim Hortons Day. I'm missing the Timbits, but I've got the coffee. So I've got that. And today I'm introducing a new segment. I don't have an intro for it, but it's breaking coffee myths. And the first one today is that our myth is that storing coffee in the refrigerator makes it last longer. This is a myth. And I've got the printout, and I printed it out on special coffee paper. Not really, it's just different colored paper. But here's the truth. Storing coffee in the refrigerator actually exposes your coffee to moisture and odors and will result in a stale brew, even if the beans are stored whole. So no, cold storage in the fridge won't make your coffee last longer. It pretty much has the opposite effect. It's best to just buy what you can store in an airtight container for a reasonable amount of time in a dark, cool, dry place. All right. I promise next week I'm going to have different coffee. All right, so I'm gonna cross that myth off the list. All right, here we go. Earlier, I had mentioned Donna sent me something to try on the live stream. So now's that time. Let's do that. Donna sent me an Easter treat, a couple of them, but I'm showing one here. They are jelly beans. Jelly beans aren't my go-to. They're fine. But today's jelly bean is, perhaps you've seen these before. These are pickle-flavored jelly beans from Clausen. The pickle company, they have their own jelly beans. Is Clausen the one that had the stork as their spokesperson? Or is that Vlasic? I don't know. I've abandoned the chat. Mom and Dad, hello. Here we go. Oh, Joey's sick? Darn. Sorry to hear that. Get well soon. Oh, Jamie stores his coffee in the freezer. Maybe fewer odors, less moisture? I don't know. Well, the moisture would be frozen, wouldn't it? I don't know. I do not have a coffee mill. I borrowed my mother-in-law's last time I needed one. So I do have access to one. Yes. But no, usually buy our coffee ground already. But if I had the beans, and I have before, when I had the Stumptown coffee, I had to grind that, so I borrowed the grinder for that. All right, let's see. All right, where am I? Mike and Mandy, welcome into you. Okay. Sherry stores her beans in the freezer. We just have them in the pantry. And frankly, we don't keep them in an airtight container. Just the bag, like I roll up the bag. Like that bag, that's a foil bag, right? Or is it plastic? Probably plastic. I could probably do better. I'm moving on now. I'm just avoiding the pickle-flavored jelly beans. I am... you know what? I'll bet these are okay. I don't know. All right. Here we go. Oh, that is a strong pickle smell. I have the coffee to chase it. Okay. Coffee and pickles. All right, I'll try one. Oh. Okay. Oh, you know what? Okay. Okay. Here's the verdict. When I first bit into it, it was not good. It was a very strong pickle flavor, and it was like it was concentrated a little bit. But very quickly, when you get into the jelly of the jelly bean, it got sweet and a little minty. So I believe the pickle flavor is the hard candy, not hard, but the shell of the jelly bean. I believe that's where the pickle flavor is. And once you get beyond that, it's a more minty flavored, sweet, like a jelly bean. So I'll be sharing these jelly beans with my students. I'll ask my wife if she wants to try them, of course. But but that first bite into the jelly bean is not great. But then it is pretty good. Yeah. I think that's what's going on, if I had to guess. The dill is part of the outer part of the jelly bean, and yeah. Okay. So during intermission, I'll be having some of this coffee too. Yeah. Try deep frying them to see if they taste like fried dill pickles. I love me some fried dill pickles. Dipping them in the ranch. That is a guilty pleasure. I don't. Is that a guilty pleasure? It's just a pleasure, frankly. I do like those. I don't think they'll taste like fried dill pickles. That would be amazing. All right, everybody. Let's take our first intermission. When we come back, I think we'll play our game. All right, intermission.
It's intermission time. We hope you enjoyed the show. If you're leaving now, please be sure to disconnect your speaker and replace it properly to avoid damage to your automobile.
I'm starved.
Me too. The snack bar is open and really jumping. See, you can get anything you want from the snack bar. And the restrooms are conveniently located in the snack bar building too. And it's open right now.
Oh boy, delicious pizza.
Juicy hot dogs.
Hot popcorn.
Scrumptious candy and ice-cold drinks.
Let's eat. Is there anything else the folks need to remember?
Only thanks for coming. And if you're leaving now, be sure to buckle up and follow the arrows to the nearest exit.
And if you're staying for the next feature, enjoy the show.
I should have done this. We're not. I have an intro to play. Come on, StreamYard. Anyway, Donna, thank you very much for this. I didn't thank you again, but that was a lot of fun and better than I thought they'd be, but after the fact. It's strange that something has a better aftertaste. But there you go. That's exactly what it was. Okay, everybody, let's play Chrono Photo. All right. And then why didn't I get it ready during the intro? Here we go. You've already seen the first picture. Chrono Photo. We got to guess. We have to guess in which year each picture was taken. The closer we are to the correct answer, the more points we get. A correct answer is giving us 1,000 points. So perfect score is 5,000. And we've done that a couple of times. We're looking to do it again. Ideally, without the use of AI or Google or whatever. So here we go. We can guess anywhere from the year 1900 to 2024. So that's our range. I will. You know what? Let me set this. Well, let me zoom in on the picture first of all. All right. So it's a lady, black and white picture. And this lady is. At first, I thought she was walking a dog on a leash. She is walking a raccoon. And I don't think that's right. Bell bottoms, platform shoes. We have cars in the background. We have a guy walking behind her that can't believe the raccoon either. All right, let me... sorry. I am getting my chat on my other screen over here. That's how I do it during Chrono Photo. And almost there. There it is. Okay. All right. So absolutely late 60s to late 70s. Somewhere in there. The automobile, is that... what do we have here? Station wagon and a gremlin? A Pinto? I don't know what that is. A wristwatch. Let's see. Her hair is she looks like a lunch lady, or the trope of the lunch lady and the with the hairnet, but I don't think she's wearing a hairnet. She chose that. She shaped her hair that way. A lot of are those antennas on the apartment building back there? I think our big clue is we got the automobiles. There's one on the very left over here as well. Her clothes, of course. The raccoon. Now, was there ever a time where, say, wherever this is this San Francisco or something, and there was a year where they allowed raccoons on leashes? I mean, it's notable that there's a raccoon on a leash. And somebody had a camera at the time this lady walked by with her pet raccoon. I'll bet her apartment was a mess. All right, turn into the chat. And I think our first guess is from Mr. Fulton Mraz. 1976, that's a great guess. We have 78. Oh, it is definitely San Francisco. Yeah, I didn't think it was New York. No. 77, 74. Dean, welcome back. 73, 74, 72. 73 again. Another 73. 73 again. We have 74, 76, 75, 74. 74 and 73 seem to be the most popular guesses. We have a 71, but I am happy with 73. There seem to be a lot of you saying that. So let's guess 1973. So I move the slider over there, and then I get my thumb on the sound effect button, ready to hit a good sound or a bad sound. Here we go. Survey says 1975. So we're 2 years off. I'm going to give us a little ding for that one. Not bad. 849 points. Sherry, nailed it. Who else? There were a number of guesses there. Mandy and or Mike, also. Well played. Great job. Your reward is this impossible picture. It's probably not impossible. We have clues. We have military uniforms. From which country, I'm not exactly sure. Is Mark here? He'd know. All right. And if you out there, if you guessed 1975 and I missed that in the chat, well done, and I'm sorry. Okay. Well, they're standing in front of a curtain. That's an interesting tapestry, perhaps. I don't know. Well, okay. What can we glean here? I am surprised how much I'm able to zoom in on this, and it's maintaining some sort of definition here. It's not terribly pixelated. It looks like a Trojan soldier helmet, or a Spartan, or Tartar, or a some other helmet with a brush on top. I'm not exactly sure. And I don't know if that tells any of you anything. Well, let's see his medal. Well, not so much there. Or there. How about the other guy? Is this German or Austrian? I see 3 stars, yet the number 2. That's got to be a mistake. No, it can't be. It's probably not. All right, let me zoom out. I don't know. This one, I'm going to rely on you guys. Here we go. Rainwater. When I was a toddler, we had a pet raccoon. The game warden made Dad get rid of it or get fined. Oh. What'd you name it? Movie Mania Nick, hello. One appears to have been caught mid-blink. All right. I think our first guess is from Charlie, 1914. Next guess, 1922. 1923. Ben says 193. I know that's a typo. 1932, he says. 1920, a couple of 1920s. 1938 from Dean. 1930, 34. Another 34. Donna and Sherry on the same page. Mr. Fulton Raz with 35. We have a 37. Mid-blink, or does he have eye structure like French Stewart? Great question. I'm going to guess mid-blink because that's how I take 80% of my photographs. I have very sensitive eyes. 1938, another one of those. Okay. You and Dean with that one. Another 38. Oh, no, same 38. I got excited. 38, 34. You know, Sherry did get the first one right. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna go 34. You know, she and Donna guessed this. Donna sent the jelly beans. So if this is wrong and she's embarrassed, that's me paying her back for the jelly bean. No, I'm kidding. Here we go. Survey says, hey, congrats! I got 2 dings on that one. Well played. Sherry's 2 for 2, by the way. 1,849 points. Moving on. Okay. What's going on? Where are we? Hilly area. Few trees. Gun lessons. It's sunny. They both have sunglasses, but want to see the gun better, so they're not wearing the sunglasses on their eyes. Nobody is. All right. Here's we had a picture last week of a guy wearing capri pants, and it looks like we have that again. I think those are. Are those shorts, long shorts, or short pants? Is there a purpose behind? Is that I don't know. All right. Is this maybe the Middle East, Israel, or I don't know. These guys on the right go to the same hairstylist. I got my hair cut, by the way. I was happy about that. Let's see. Trash. A can of... I don't know. She's wearing sandals. He's got boots. He's in charge. He's got the gun belt and the towel. All right, let me zoom out. See what you guys have to say. I don't know. Let's see. She's... I'm going to guess early 2000s, like 2001 maybe. But I don't really know. Okay. Here we go. I think Ben has our first guess, 1988. Rachel, welcome in. Good to see you. Hope you're well. We have 86, 85, 91, 2002. That's kind of what I was thinking, Noah. And hello to you. 97, 2005. Was that an empty can of Slurm? What is... I don't know. And for the second time, my monitor has blinked off for a moment. It came back, but I don't like that. I need a new monitor. 2000, 1998, 1990, 1999. I like that guess. 2. Noah, I like that guess. 2002. I don't know why. Let's go with it. Let's go 2002. I don't really know. Here we go. Survey says 2007. That's much later than I thought. Donna was very close with 2005. And I think that was the closest one. We had guesses in the 80s and 90s. And wow. All right. Donna's having a good game. All right, we have 2,489 points. Picture number 4. Okay. I think we can work with this. That appears to be Cassius Clay. And this appears to be a medal ceremony. That music is reserved for earlier in the show. There are 4 medals here. It looks as though the bronze there was a tie for a bronze medal. Is that what's going on here? Cassius Clay winning gold. It looks like they're in a boxing ring, and that looks like one of the ropes going across. When was Cassius Clay in the Olympics? Was that 1960? I don't know. Was it 1960? All right. Go into the chat. There's nothing much to zoom in on, unless the medal says the year, but I doubt it. Let me try. No. Okay. Let's see. Where am I going here? Okay. I think our first guess is 1960. Okay, 64, 60, 60. All right, 63, 60, 1960. He won the gold medal in 1960. Thank you, Donna. Having a great game. 64, 60, 62, 1960, 60, 60, 60, 64. Joey says 60, but he's kind of loopy right now. Sorry to hear that. Don't mean to giggle. A little bit I did. 1960.5, says Charlie. 63. I think this is 1960. I don't even have to move the slider for this one. I think this is going to be so right that I'm going to play the big music for this one. Survey says. There it is. We have 3,489 points. We can get 4,489 points if we do as well with this one. Was every picture black and white? today? Come on, Chrono Photo. Okay, more guns. No sunglasses. More trees. All right, let's zoom in. I don't know if these are famous people at all. Is that Oscar Wilde? Or is that just his scarf? Is this Peaky Blinders? Is that what this is? So this is just this picture's from like 3 years ago. Probably not. Okay. Although Cillian Murphy did a lot of smoking in that show. And this guy's doing it here. All right. This is we got those things. Is that for horse riding? Those ankle covers, shoe covers? I don't know. In lieu of having boots, you wear those things? I don't know much about equestrian things. This guy has a gun and a cane? Is that what I see there? Okay. He's got one of those cool camp chairs you can get at REI or Cabela's or Bass Pro Shops. Well, okay. Here's my thinking. I was joking about the show Peaky Blinders, but that is what these guys remind me of. And that took place between World War I and World War II. So I'm going to say that this picture was taken sometime in the 1920s, late 20s. I'll say 1928, and I have no other reason than what I've already mentioned. So 1928 is my guess. I turn to the chat now. All right, I think our first guess is from Noah, who says 1909. Valid guess, could be. 1914. Oh, the shooting range one was in color. That's right. Thank you, Donna. I forgot already. All right. 1909 again. 1916. Is Gregory here? Hello, Gregory. 1916, 1911, 1915, 1910, 1915, 1920, 22, 27, 1929, 1911, 1923. All right. Might I remind everybody, Sherry was red hot. Donna has come on strong. But they had two different answers. So I don't know what to do. No, let me see. 2220. Did I influence anything by saying 28? Although, well, Paul said 28 as well. Rachel says 1908. Is this maybe 1920 is the way to go? Debbie thought that. Maybe that's a nice year in the middle of all our guesses. Kinda. Let me try it. 1920. I'll take the blame. Here we go. Survey says, 1909. Somebody said that. Rachel said 08. Sherry said 1909. Sherry is a living AI bot. Well done. Noah had it as well. Great guessing. 3,779 points. I had fun, even though those were difficult. But that's what makes the game kind of fun. I do wish, though, there were some 21st century pictures. I know that would make it easier, but, well, whatever. I do enjoy the game either way. Let's take another intermission. When we come back, I have a top 15 list. And I'll tell you how I came up with the subject of today's top 15 list after this intermission. Actually, it's a coming attraction.
In the gallant days when history hung on the flight of an arrow or the slash of a sword, when feudal barons ravaged the countryside to live in pomp and splendor, when one man alone dared challenge the might of his country's oppressors, Robin Hood, outlaw of Sherwood Forest, and his stalwart band, robbing the rich to feed the poor, ready to fight for king, for country, or for maiden fair.
Now, this forest is wide. It can shelter and clothe and feed a band of good determined men, good swordsmen, good archers, good fighters. Are you with me?
It's Errol Flynn as Robin Hood, Olivia de Havilland as Maid Marian, Claude Rains, Basil Rathbone, and a cast of thousands, reliving history's most colorful adventure.
Will you come with me?
To Sherwood?
Let me ram those words down his throat, Your Highness. From this night on, I use every means in my power to fight you.
Welcome back. All right, today's top 15 list. I was listening to an interview with actor John Lithgow. And here's something interesting I never knew before. He had mentioned that he was offered the role of Frasier Crane in the show Cheers. Before it was given to Kelsey Grammer, it was offered to John Lithgow, and he turned it down. And I thought that was fascinating. I'll bet he would have been great. Different, but great. And it got me to thinking, I'll bet there's a very interesting top 15 list to be made of actors and the famous roles that they've turned down. So I started to look that up, and I started coming across things. And as I was looking at them, I realized, wow, a lot of these are about Sean Connery. So I refined my list to only include roles that Sean Connery has turned down. So these are the top 15 roles that Sean Connery has turned down. And it is not a full list because he turned down so many others, but these are the most notable ones. So here we go. I had prepared some pictures during lunch at work today, and I wasn't able to access them here, and I don't know what I did. So right before the show, I don't have pictures for every movie. Not that you need them for many of these. But here we go. Number 15. In The Matrix, Sean Connery was offered the role of Morpheus, which was ultimately played by Lawrence Fishburne. And he was also offered the role of the architect in part 2. And I don't remember The Matrix Revolution or Revisited, or I don't remember what it was called. But he turned them both down. For the first one, for the first Matrix, he didn't get it. He didn't understand it. And then when that movie went gangbusters and actually blockbusters, Sean Connery regretted turning that down. But he also turned down the other role as well. So I don't know. Yeah, so he turned down 2 roles for that movie franchise. All right, number 14. In the Line of Fire. Do you remember this movie starring Clint Eastwood? I do have a picture for this one. Hang on. If you don't remember, Clint Eastwood played a Secret Service agent. There we go. The character's name was Frank Horrigan, and he was, of course, sworn to protect the president. John Malkovich was the assassin to be, and it was a game of cat and mouse, if I remember. This was in movie theaters when I worked at a movie theater in the early 90s. So I do remember this movie well. I saw parts of it a lot. And other parts not as much. It just happened, when I would pop into the theater to check the temperature, for example. Anyway, so Sean Connery turned that down. It went to Clint Eastwood. Number 13, The Thomas Crown Affair. This is the original 1968 version of The Thomas Crown Affair. He was offered the role of Thomas Crown. He declined. Connery later regretted it again. The actor who eventually did get the part was Steve McQueen. And there he is with his co-star Faye Dunaway. And that movie was later remade, I think, in the 90s with Pierce Brosnan and Rene Russo, if I remember correctly. But this was the 1968 version we're talking about. So, yes. All right. Number 12. Sean Connery turned down a role in Jurassic Park. And he turned down the role of John Hammond. That guy, the owner of Jurassic Park. Sean Connery turned it down. He had turned down so much. The role was eventually given to Richard Attenborough, who you see pictured here. So, yeah. All right. Number 11 is Funny Girl, starring Barbara Streisand. Sean Connery. I have a picture. Hang on. Here we go. Sean Connery was offered the leading man role, but he was filming You Only Live Twice. He had to turn this down. Omar Sharif got the part in Funny Girl. So, yeah, I've never seen that movie. Nor have I seen The Thomas Crown Affair. I'll admit it. Either version. Number 10. He was offered the role of Gandalf in The Lord of the Rings. I don't have a picture. You know what Gandalf's like. He said in an interview, Sean Connery, that he didn't understand it. He didn't understand, and therefore didn't want to spend 18 months on the project. Remember, they filmed multiple movies doing this, so I get it. If you don't want to be stuck doing something for 18 months, that might be a reason to decline something. But he said he didn't get it. I think he ultimately, when he saw the finished product, regretted this one too. He was the role eventually went to Ian McKellen, of course, who did it for 3 movies. Was awesome, and it's hard to imagine somebody else doing that. But for a lot of these movies, frankly. All right. Number 9, Amistad. Remember this one? Steven Spielberg film about the slave revolt on a slave ship, and it was based on a true story. He passed on the role of John Quincy Adams. The actor who eventually got the part was Anthony Hopkins, and he may have been nominated for an Academy Award for this performance. I don't remember. But, yeah, Amistad. I did see this one. That was not a fun movie, but very interesting. Matthew McConaughey was in it as well. All right. Number 8. Sean Connery was offered the role of Deckard in Blade Runner. According to the book Dangerous Days, Making Blade Runner, Sean Connery and many others were considered for the part of the main character. Here it is. Eventually, the role went to Harrison Ford. It has gone on to become a cult classic. People love this movie. I did see this once upon a time. I don't have many memories of it. It was a long time ago. But I know people hold this movie in high regard. Ridley Scott directed this, and then there was a sequel, which I believe Harrison Ford was also in. Was it Blade Runner 2024 or something like that? I didn't see that one. Number 7. Again, we're counting down the movies that movie roles that Sean Connery turned down once upon a time. Number 7, The Birds. Alfred Hitchcock considered young Sean Connery to play a San Francisco lawyer whose romance with a beautiful, shallow playgirl gets torn apart by mysterious bird attacks. The actor who got the part is Rod Taylor, seen here. And I've seen this movie multiple times. And that's Tippi Hedren, is it not? The 2 stars of the movie. So, yeah, The Birds. That would be... actually, I think Sean Connery would have been just fine in that movie. Number 6, we've got The Adventures of Baron Munchausen. Some of you may not be familiar with this movie. I've never seen it, but I am familiar with it. Terry Gilliam of Monty Python fame. He directed the Fisher King and Time Bandits and others. Brazil was one of his. Where is it? I've got a picture. Here we go. Connery was signed for the part of King of the Moon. There's King of the Moon right there. But budget troubles forced Terry Gilliam to cut great portions of the moon sequence. With his role diminished, Connery left the project. So Sean Connery was going to do this. Instead, Robin Williams did it. That's Robin Williams there on the left. And that's kind of the promotional image of the movie on the right. The Adventures of Baron Munchausen. Never saw it. And I know it's got that Terry Gilliam look about it. You know, if you've seen one of his movies, you know he's got a particular style. So, yeah, Sean Connery was in line to do that. Number 5, The Silence of the Lambs. Can you believe it? Now, Sean Connery wasn't the only one that was considered for the role of Hannibal Lecter. Robert De Niro was also, and Al Pacino. But Anthony Hopkins later got this role. This is the second movie on this list where Anthony Hopkins took a role that Sean Connery turned down. Anthony Hopkins earned an Academy Award for that role. So I think that's another one that Sean Connery regretted. And I remember reading that Sean Connery regretted turning down a few movies. So later, he accepted a role in a movie called The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, which I don't think did very well. But he took that role because he was tired of regretting roles that he turned down. And he took the wrong one. He took many right ones. We're not feeling sorry for Sean Connery. Number 4, Sean Connery could have been in the Star Trek series of movies. Star Trek 5 specifically, The Final Frontier. Let me show you this image. The original choice for Sybok, which is Spock's half-brother. Connery turned it down, but the writers of this movie really wanted Connery in there, so they snuck a reference to Sean Connery into the movie. Apparently, an item of Vulcan mythology was called Shah Kari, which, if you say it like Shah Kari, it sort of sounds like Sean Connery. So I don't know if it was a Vulcan god or a Vulcan planet, or I don't know. Well, I guess Vulcan was the planet. But that's how the writers got Sean Connery into that movie. The actor who eventually got the part was Lawrence Luckinbill, seen here. And I don't know much else about that guy. All right, here we are. Number 3, the Harry Potter movies. That's right. Do I have a picture? No, I don't. You know what Dumbledore looks like. The role was started by Richard Harris in 2001's Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. The actor's unexpected death caused the role to be recast for the next upcoming films. But Sean Connery turned it down. It was Richard Harris's. He passed away. They needed to find a new one, so they went to Sean Connery, and he turned it down. Michael Gambon was the one that took over as Dumbledore. And then I think in the prequels, it was Jude Law. And in the upcoming TV series, it's going to be the aforementioned John Lithgow, who will be Dumbledore in the Harry Potter TV series, I guess. How about that? Full circle, but not really. I still have some list. Number 2, Die Hard with a Vengeance. This is the 3rd movie in the series. Sean Connery felt that the role was a little too dastardly. I don't know if that's the word he used, but I think he was the bad guy was too bad. Instead, the role went to Jeremy Irons, and I did see that one once. Die Hard isn't my favorite movie franchise. I said it. Number 1 on the list. I don't have a picture, but I've got this back here. Yes. Sean Connery was offered the role of Edward Lewis, but he turned it down after reading a rewrite of the script. The role eventually went to Richard Gere, of course. Those are the top 15 movies that Sean Connery turned down. And I thought that was fascinating. It started out, I was going to make a list of many actors turning down roles, but Sean Connery turned down so many I could make a complete list with just him. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. I know I abandoned the chat for my list. I do that all the time. But I'm busy here. I'm a one-man show. I will see you guys around the internet in the chats. Thank you so much for hanging out with me this week. I will be back next week with more drive-in fun. Until then, so long, thank you, and have a great night.
And now, folks, it's time to say goodnight. We sincerely appreciate your patronage and hope we've succeeded in bringing you an enjoyable evening of entertainment. Please drive home carefully and come back again soon. Good night.